Hi, my name is Robyn Rice, and I am an intuitive, a divine channel, a shaman, and I own Palmas Crystals and Wellness Center in St. Mary's, Idaho. My journey began in 2017. I had a brain surgery, and about a year later, I moved into a home in St. Mary's, and I was remodeling it, and I, unbeknownst to me, started hearing spirits communicating to me, telling me what I could and couldn't do in the home. And in my journey, trying to figure out what to do and whether or not I was crazy and what was happening to me, I started discovering different capabilities and gifts that I had. One day, I was sitting on the dock at the lake. We were at Lake Chakalay, just down the road. A good friend of mine, she and I were sitting there chatting after we had done a little journey. And I was scratching my arms, and I was like, I just don't understand why they just keep touching me. I don't know who's touching me and why they keep touching me. And she said to me, she goes, do you not realize who they are? And I said, no. I said, they scare me all the time, and I don't know why they're touching me. And she described these magnificent beings that were blessing me, and they were all standing around me, and it pulled me into a new perspective of they weren't harming me, they were guiding me, and then they weren't hurting me, they were trying to awaken me and touch me and bless me. And it awoke me into something completely new. And from there, my perspective completely changed, and I started communicating to them in a whole different fashion. Thanking them for being there. I could feel them pouring things over my head. From then on, I was so grateful for their guidance. And, you know, I do know that there were some that were leaving bruises on me when I was first awakening. There were some that were not very nice, and they were saying things to me that that I belonged to them now, that they had found gold, and that I now belong to them. But in the misunderstanding what was really happening and not knowing my own true power of who I was, I have a knowing now that I was allowing that to happen, to awaken in me who I truly am. And I have a knowing of, we stand in our truth, in our own true heart song of who we truly are, nothing can harm us. If we are radiating our heart song outward and our divine spark is pulsating outward, then nothing can harm us. I now know that I don't have to put a protection around me. My light is my protection. My love is my protection. And so I do not put those barriers around me anymore. I have dropped them down. My guides, my angels, my team, the essence of all that I am have told me to lay it down, give it back to Mother Earth, and lay it down on the floor so that I can stand in my pure radiance. And that's what I do today. Well, my process to connecting it might be a little different than others. It might be because of what I went through with my brain surgery. I find myself that I simply just need to close my eyes or just quiet myself, and everything's right there. I've done a lot of different trainings, you know, with shamanic work and angel training, and being able to communicate that way and exploring different routes of communication. But for myself, simply just closing my eyes, simply just taking in a breath, and I'm there in a space of peace and tranquility with all these beings around me, and divine angels, and what I feel, the essence of all that I am. Awakenings can be scary. Our journeys to who we truly are can be unsettling. Mine was very unsettling, you know, my brain surgery and an awakening to a whole new realm and reality of who I am was very, very unsettling. My life today is completely different. And there's a huge awakening into who we truly are happening to all over the planet, all over the universe, actually. So many galaxies have gathered as we awaken into who we truly are. Well, in this world, when people are trying to change their hearts, I don't think that we can change our hearts. I think we need to allow them to be as they are and forgive our hearts for being what they were at one time, and allow them to move into the space that they want to be, and allow our neighbors to be as they would choose to be. It's not a changing, it's an allowing. How do we find our own answers? Going through your process, I think, comes to you. Your journey is coming to you. I don't think we have to find our journey. I don't think we have to find our process. So whatever's speaking to you is enlightening your heart, is enlightening a spark within your mind, your body, your soul. So if it comes across your feed in your apps that you have, your Facebook, your Instagram, there's a purpose in that. You spoke to a friend and they're like, oh, I was just thinking about that. Then jump on it. Dive into it. Explore it. They came across you for a reason. You saw the same number over and over and over. Figure out why. That's what Google's for. Well, if you want to change your path, you feel like you're stuck somewhere. There's many different ways of breaking contracts. There's different things that can be said. There's different court of equities and mantras that people have drawn up that they have gotten from their guides and courses that they've taken, gone to the councils of light. There's different things that I have learned myself, going to a council and bringing forth to them, hey, this is a contract that no longer serves me, and I ask that it be broken. I call forth the beings that I've entered into this contract. I want them to stand before me, and councils of light, the beings of light, let's work this out. And just like you were in a court, we're going to work this out together, and we negotiate it, and we take that contract, whatever it looks like. I just did one for myself the other day. It looked like a building. Took that building, I threw it in the fire, we burned it, and I was done with it. And then I, excused myself, and we left the council, and sayonara. It's a little more complicated than that, but, and off I go, and thank you very much. And we were very pleased. There is contracts that are serving us, and those ones that are serving us, that are in our highest good, our highest love, they're okay to keep. But the ones that are no longer serving us, that are from lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes ago, the ones that were done upon us for trickeries or blocks that we didn't even know we encountered upon, we can break those. We don't have to stay in them. If you ever feel as though you're trying to do something, and every time you encounter the same aspect of your life, just something keeps tricking you up, ask yourself, go within, use a pendulum, talk to your inner self. Do I have a block? Do I have a contract? It sounds silly, but it's that simple. Asking yourself, ask your heart, hey heart, do I have a block in there? Hey heart, do I have a contract that I can delete now, that I can dissolve now? It can be that simple. For me, to be able to hear my inner self, my highest self, the essence of that I am, my guides, my angels, I quiet myself and ask that the highest light, the highest love of all that I am, be communing with me. I have also, for myself, set up a court of equity with the councils of light, that nothing other than the highest of all that I am can ever intervene. And so for me, all I need to do is just quiet myself, and sometimes not even that. They start talking or they just start coming in when they have decided that it's time for them to speak on behalf of what's happening, because they know that I am in 100% communion at all times with the essence of all that I am and all that I ever will be. And so there is no separation from one to another. And so from me stepping aside and allowing a different essence of thy being to step in is just happens for me. For another, to teach them or guide them into stepping into how they can commune to their higher essence or to their angels. Simply quiet yourself, ask that the highest light that you are to step in, ask your angels to step in. You can simply ask that they commune with you, communicate with you. I say commune, but communicate with you. Thank them for being there. When I first started communicating with my angels, I would say, thank you for guiding me to who I am. Thank you for being here in my presence. Thank you for guiding me to what I need to do for the day. Talk to them like they're your friend. They are your friend. They've been your friends for eons and eons, since your conception of being into the essence of all that is. They're your best friends. So just talk to them like they're your friend, your buddy, your brothers, your sisters. They're everything to you. And as we breathe into that, they'll always be there. They're on the left of you, the right of you, above you, below you. They're everywhere. It's funny, I would sit quietly and I would say, who's standing before me? And then I'd say, who's standing behind me? And I'd say, who's on the left of me? And I would get these different names, and it was really fun to do that. And you'll get a name, and you just simply ask, and then you'll hear. And when we're quiet and we're sitting in our heart, and what that means is we're bringing in all the energy to the center of our beingness. You know, our heart really isn't that red beating piece of meat. It's the essence that we are all around us, right? And so when we sit into the center of who we are, and we allow all that we are to be right there, and we just allow what wants to come in. What does it mean to heal from trauma? I don't think we need to heal from trauma. I think we need to look for the sweetness within the trauma. I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through all of my steps of my journey. Not my journey of awakening, my journey of everything through every lifetime of every essence that I've ever been. My journey in just this lifetime, it hasn't been a fun one for most of it. But every part of it I would not be who I am. My childhood, my teenage years, my young adult years, it's been a hard journey. You know, I won't share all of my journey in this forum, not yet, you know, but it's been tough, you know, and it's been a grand adventure. It hasn't been for naught. I'm having a great experience here. Everything has brought me to who I am today, and everything that you've been through have brought you to who you are today. It's not a treachery to bring you down. It's a treachery to awaken you into who you are. For those that are feeling like they're a victim, then you're going to be a victim. For those of you that feel like you're a warrior, then you're going to be a warrior. I've had many, many terrible things happen to me, but I've never been a victim. I've rose above many things. I find that you can rise above anything. There is the outcome of all things. I had my guide show me one time that we were in a barrel, and imagine yourself swimming at the bottom of the barrel and you can't get the top. Imagine there was like pickles like falling down on top of you. You can't get the top of that barrel. Well, you know what's at the bottom of the barrel? There's light at the bottom of the barrel too. So if you can't get to the top, bust out the bottom. My name is Robyn Rice. I am a shaman, an intuitive, and a divine channel. And I have a little shop in St. Mary's, Idaho named Boundless Crystals and Wellness Center. And I hope to bring home a divine spark into all hearts and bring through a code of exploration into who you truly are.